Hi there. This video is for you if you are planning a big home improvement project. You're looking to redesign your home and you want to make it into your dream home or your forever home. And you might be looking at something really big like an extension, a loft conversion, or maybe a smaller, relatively redesign project like a new kitchen or bathroom fit out or redecorating a space. So these tools I'm going to go through today are design tools that will help you to get the best results. I'm going to tell you what they are, how they differ, and why it's best to have all of them. So I'm going to be talking about 3 different design tools today. And the 3 tools are the vision board, the mood board, and the sample board. And I know from talking with homeowners that they don't realize that these are different things. They're not the same thing. And that's what I want to explain to you, like what they are and how they're different and why you want to have all of them, because they each do something different for you. So I'm going to give you some examples of some of my own vision boards, my own mood boards, and a kind of sample board that I've just put together as an example for you. It's not quite how I would create a sample board, but it's just something quick that I made for you. So starting off then, this is an example of a vision board. This kind of vision board is kind of based on some goals that you might want. For example, this is based on my personal goals. So yoga daily, decluttering the house, making it clearer and more beautiful, having family holidays, dancing. I love dancing. Sketching. I love to go out urban sketching. I'm trying to create a veg plot. I'm having a struggle with that because the squirrels keep eating everything. I've written a book, and so this year I'm trying to get it published. Investing and spending time together with my partner. So this is more of a goal-related vision board, and you might be thinking, well, why is that useful for your home? But it is a useful thing to have for your home. But I'm going to show you another kind of vision board which I think is more useful for you. So that previous one is more based on a few specific goals, and this is a more holistic look at life in general. What your values are, what your priorities are for different areas of life. And so these again are some of my hobbies: dancing, reading, yoga, spending time with friends and family, my career, what I'm trying to achieve there, my health, being healthy, being peaceful and calm, enjoying my life, love, prioritizing that, community and connection. Some people would have in this space maybe spirituality, finance, what I'm want to be able to afford easily, and personal growth, in terms of my own relationship with myself and my mental health and that sort of thing. So this is what I would consider to be a more holistic vision board compared to this kind of goal-orientated vision board. Now, these both are useful when it comes to designing your home because they give you a clear idea of what it is that you're looking to achieve in your life. And your home is really the space that you have that accommodates your life. And so there's a really strong relationship between the space there's a strong relationship between the way that you live your life, the way that you aim to live your life, and the space that you have. And you can use that vision for your life and how you want different aspects of your life to be, to then consider your home and how it can how you can make improvements to your home, how can you change your home in order to make it support those life goals that you have. So that's where the vision board is very much like a big picture kind of idea about what you want to achieve with your life, whether that is the goal orientated, a few specific goals. That is useful, but it's more short term. And I think that the more holistic kind of vision board is much more useful in terms of looking at your values and looking at what's important in those different aspects of your life that then relate to your home and how your home can support you in achieving that. So then I wanted to show you more of a mood board. So this is an example mood board. This is based on my favorite film, which is Amélie, the French film. And I don't know if you've seen the French film Amélie, but there's a lot of red. It's got this kind of quirky nostalgia, a bit sort of dreamy. She works in a cafe, but it's a sort of like comforting, warm, a bit quirky and arty, a little bit mysterious, a bit of innocence. So this is very much kind of mood board in terms of conveying the mood of the film. And this mood board, which is inspired by the film Amélie, you could do a similar exercise. You could think about your favorite film and create a mood board inspired by your favorite film, and then apply that to your home design. But this is something that I could use if I wanted to choose the colorway and maybe have some accessories or some furniture in this dark red, maybe some accessories in these brighter colors, maybe green walls. I don't know. You could choose how you would use this color scheme, but this is a mood board that is very non-specific. It's not giving you the details of the design, but it is conveying the mood, the feeling of the color and the atmosphere that you want to create. So this is one kind of mood board that is part of the creative process, where you're starting to imagine what kind of atmosphere you want to create, the mood, how you might want to feel, the kinds of colors, the balance between different colors. So each of these images on this screen, for example, this has got more blue with touches of red and tiny bits of green. This is obviously more kind of orangey red with bits of green. You could look at the balances between the different colors. Obviously, this is all red, very, very tonal approach to color. So as is this one. So, you can look at different kind of features of the colors. There's different of the pictures on the board, and you can pull out different things to use to inspire the choices that you make for your design. This is a mood board that I created for my living room, which I've recently decorated. And this has got a little bit of an element of taken from the vision board, sort of what kind of use am I looking at? How does this living room fit within my vision for my life? And that is really a family space to be together as a family, do things together, enjoy time together, talk and do activities together. So that's the kind of like the purpose of the space and how that fits within my vision for my life. So that's kind of indicated with that picture here. And then there's a color scheme, and then a kind of an idea of the mood. I want it to connect with the garden and have this very like natural feel, and a bit of a luxurious kind of element in terms of the kind of materials, but at the same time, this kind of everyday ripped jeans type of feel to it as well. So a bit of a combination in terms of materiality between a bit more luxurious feel, but then also a kind of I don't really know what word to use to describe it. Not shabby chic. That's very 90s, isn't it? But more of a kind of sense of worn, things that are worn, things that are used, and that for me is a kind of, there's a love and appreciation that comes in that, a bit like the Japanese, you know, broken pottery mended with gold, that sort of feel to me, that use, familiarity, comfort, and everyday comfort and use, that's what the ripped jeans kind of indicates to me. So there is some kind of conceptuality behind some of these images, and then just picking up on the colors and seeing how it all works together as one. So this is a way to create a mood board that's sort of starting more than this one. This one is very much more pure mood and atmosphere. This one is starting to pick up, you know, a bit more about the purpose, a bit more, you know, this is indicative as well of the layout that I've used, and the materiality as well. So this is a mood board that brings both a bit of atmosphere and a bit of texture, a bit of material. You know, I do have some green tiles like this on my fireplace hearth, for example. And then finally, a sample board. Now, this is a sample board that I've kind of just thrown together for the purposes of this video to give you an idea. If I was actually making a sample board, I would actually pull together real physical samples of materials to have those. But you can do it with photographs of, you know, products, actual photographs. So perhaps like a floor finish, what you might do on the walls, some kind of shape inspiration, maybe organic pebbly shapes, and you might use photographs of the actual fittings that you're using. It's not necessary so much to have some kind of an emotion, a mood related image on a sample board. It's much more about the samples of materials and making sure that when they're put together, they work together, they look good together. So it's a slightly different approach. It's getting much more real. So if you go from the vision board, where you're looking at this huge big picture, values, vision for your life, a kind of mood board where it's thematic and atmospheric, a mood board that is sort of picking up on those bigger picture life purpose, you know, how this space fits within that big picture of your life, your values, your vision for your life, along with the mood of the space, a bit of conceptual stuff, and the colors and a bit of materials. And then a sample board, which is much more about the specific samples, the specific fixtures and fittings, and a lot less about the concept and the atmosphere behind it, but perhaps a little bit of that. So that is really the three: the vision board, the mood board, and the sample board. So I mean, I always have bits of samples lying around. So this is a sample. It's quite typical for architects to have samples that are coasters. So this is a resin bound paving, which, you know, makes a really good coaster. It's really good. A lot of architects like to test out materials as a coffee, you know, a mug mat. I tend to put my mug on here because, you know, you get coffee and tea stains. Materials is quite a good tester for how well that, how easy it is to clean, how easy or difficult it is to stain. So in terms of samples, if I was creating an actual sample board, I would actually use real physical samples and stick them down, or just have them together to be able to place together on a table. Pop those back. And but you can do it like I've used Canva to put these together. You can get actual product photographs that show the material as an image, and then you can put them together on a board similar to how I've shown you. So the three things work together. You start off with the big picture, you start off with the vision, the purpose of the space, how that relates to you and the way you want to live. Then you want to go into the mood, the atmosphere, the concept behind the space itself. And then you're getting into the materials and the detail. So it's going from bigger to more real, if you like. And you can do this for internal space. You can do this for external space. You can do this for the external finish, the samples. You can do it for external finishes, the brick of the wall, the render, the roofing material, the doors. You can actually do all the samples and look at it from an external view kind of point, as well as using it for interior design, the flooring, the wall finishes, accessories, fabrics, maybe curtains, cushions, those sorts of upholstery, all of these different things you can put in your sample board. So it's this broad range, and you use them at different stages of your project. As you work through the project, you'll create the vision board first. That is the very first thing that you need to do, and it's really the best. It's really amazing how it makes such a difference to have a vision board. Sometimes, because I'm a very experienced designer, I've been designing for a long time, and I can mentally visualize how a space will look. So I don't always, for myself, when I'm designing spaces for myself in my own home, I don't always go to the extent of creating a vision board, creating a mood board, creating a sample board, because I don't necessarily need to be able to visualize it. However, having them really, really helps to focus attention. And what I realize is that when I do it, I do actually get far better results, because I have taken into account elements that if I didn't have them there as visual reminders, I would maybe, I know about them, but I wouldn't necessarily consciously make an effort to incorporate aspects and elements in the design that will cater for the vision. Or for example, for my living room, I went to the fabric shop to buy fabric to make a new cover for my sofa. And I didn't take anything with me. I just walked around the fabric shop and found some fabric that I liked. And I've made the slip cover for the sofa. But looking at it, I'm not 100% happy with the color that I chose. I like it. It works well. It does match, the scheme. But I think had I actually taken my mood board with me to the shop, I probably would have made a different choice for the color of that. And I think maybe it would have been a slight improvement on what I've got now, which is what I've got is fine, but it would just take it up a notch, give it a little bit more intentionality and a little bit better quality, that touch better. So it helps you really makes the difference between it just being an okay design that you're kind of happy with, to like really ticking your boxes and just giving you that real sense of joy and satisfaction and enjoyment. So that's where I would say the difference between having a vision board, having a mood board, having a sample board, and using them as you go about designing and implementing your project, they really help. Whereas if you don't have them, then to reference to, you're not necessarily going to get quite as good results as you would have if you did have them and did use them. So if you would like my help to create the vision board, which is the first step, or to create a mood board, I have got a few things that you can get my help with. So I'll be running a vision board workshop, Dream Home Vision Board workshop in a few weeks' time. The link is in the description. And I also have Mood Board Mastery, which is a little mini course that teaches you how to go from like a huge Pinterest board full of ideas and samples that you've collected, or lots of images that you may have ripped out of magazines or something, and to take that and create your own mood board that you really love and you're happy with, and you're confident is going to be the right, design, the right scheme for you and your space. The workshop is £49. The mini course is £9, and the links for both of those are in the description. I hope this has been useful. I hope it's been interesting, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.